tired.
Yeah, you have very low energy,
Yeah.
right?
And you get out of bed, then you have that
Joint pain,
joint pain that came out of nowhere that you try to take some Advil, some Tylenol, which you shouldn't have to take, and
which makes it worse. Yeah.
makes it worse. And that doesn't work because you're still in pain.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you start taking more and more
Yep.
to mask the pain.
Yeah. Then you put on, you're eating all these foods, a high fat or even this low fat, high sugar type of stuff, and you're putting on weight. And you get all the conventional approaches you do try to lose weight, it's just not working.
Because you think you're eating healthy.
Because you're eating
You think
healthy.
you're eating healthy.
When it comes to like the carnivore diet, a lot of times, I switched over. I feel amazing. I feel great. Okay, great. How long have you been doing it for, first of all? And it's hard to sustain. But also, could it be that you are no longer eating all the processed junk that's actually making you feel a little bit better, which is great. But now you're going to start feeling the repercussions with just eating all protein.
Right. And I don't think we were meant to eat only protein, because if you think about it, back at the start of times when people had to hunt for their food, the gardening, growing vegetables was easier to forage versus going to hunt an animal, especially a big animal, right? Because you didn't have the tools to protect yourself, but a spear. So it's like, and then to gut that animal is going to take a while, clean it up, etc. Right? So I cannot imagine people hunting animals every day.
Well, the thing is, it's just the closer
Feed the
you are
village.
to the plant, the real life food, the more alive you're going to feel.
Right. It was instinctual.
Yeah, completely instinctual, and that's just kind of the way it is. So get away from all this convenience and this whole nonsense about eating all this meat, and we're not against meat. It's just you'll need so much in the American standard diet.
Yeah, and then as people consume all this meat, all this protein, then they're wondering, well, why I have brain fog or mood disorders that's affected my quality of life.
Or the digestive issues.
Oh, we know people who have a lot of GI issues.
A lot of GI, and in fact, it's known as a second brain. It has a lot of
This is the
mental, the gut. It has a lot of mood disorders going to happen there. Autoimmune. A lot of things are happening with that skin issues. The gut's so important to have that healthy bacteria. Yeah. And when you start feeling like this emotional toll of just this ongoing health struggles, you get frustrated.
Yeah. I totally understand that, how one can get frustrated when you think you're trying everything, but then you're not actually doing everything you're supposed to be doing, which is eliminating the high amounts of protein or the processed food.
Yeah, and that's what it is. You think you're eating healthy, and then you want to go to the healthcare system, and they're just treating the symptoms and not the causes, which
makes
is
it
your
compounded
diet.
even more, making it worse.
Yep, and you go through how you're going up and down, and then it starts impacting your career, your love relationships, your overall happiness has to take a big impact.
Yeah, I know, not personally know of a doctor, but there's a doctor in the area that was a woman's healthcare provider, and she had to retire working at a very young age.
Wow.
Because of her symptoms.
Her symptoms, and she's a doctor.
And she's a
she
doctor.
didn't know the no. Yeah, that's kind of sad, and that's a big extreme, but that's a kind of a cycle. I bet she was going through these cycles of hope and despair, trying different diets like everybody does.
Yeah, but it's just, it affected her life that much.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And who knows, I don't know all what medications she was on, or I don't know what her lifestyle was. But for it to interfere with your work that you had to retire early?
It's a common thread that you see all the time.
Yeah.